On Asia Down Under today, it's the Child Cancer Foundation's Appeal Month. We meet a special young face behind this year's campaign. And getting the cancer awareness message out, a gala ball. Cancer survivor Angela Suhoy tells her story of triumph over adversity. Hello and welcome. First, like all New Zealanders, we've all watched in utter horror the devastation that's taken place after the earthquake in northeast Japan. To all our Japanese viewers, their friends and family, our thoughts and prayers are with you at this extraordinarily difficult time. Back in New Zealand, while the dust continues to settle in Christchurch, all Asian communities in the city are looking at how they can pick up the pieces and move on. In the CBD area, it's been the Chinese communities that have been hit particularly hard. Glenna Kasalme reports.
This is the second time that businesswoman Angel Hu has had to close shop because of the earthquakes. Angel and her husband Peter run 2 wholesale shops like this one and 3 dairies. 2 weeks after the quake, the couple is trying to get back to their normal routine.
Hopefully we can start to move things out slowly, putting them to another shop or sell them. Yeah, the important thing is after disaster, we have to start to carry on. Life need to move on, yeah.
Angel is the head of the North-South Business Association in Christchurch. It's a group made up mostly of small Chinese businesses. Her last count was 104 members, most of whom ran dairies. Angel estimates that more than half of Christchurch dairies are run by Chinese. Right after the February 22nd quake, Angel and Peter drove around Christchurch, checking up on the association members to see whether they needed help. Some shops have been damaged beyond repair, yet despite that, they persevere.
I think everyone actually is helping at this moment if their shop can able to open. I know that most of shops actually try to open, try to keep to supporting the local. Well, maybe some people are thinking, oh, by doing that you make money. Actually, for myself, I have to say, to me, it's more safer to go away. You know, but I think, well, you can't just go away. It was a clock.
And this is home.
Yeah. I talked to my friend yesterday. I said, a city need to develop. You need a certain population. You need a certain business running there, right? If everyone go, the city dies. We can't let the city die. I love it.
It's a sentiment echoed by the thousands of Chinese residents who call Christchurch home. Here at the Rewi Ali Academy in Riccarton, it's been hectic every day. The school has become the hub of the Chinese community and the base of operations for the Christchurch Chinese Earthquake Support Group. 2 weeks on, most have concentrated their efforts on caring for the families of the international students who perished in the CTV building. During the day, this is where the families stay to meet with local police and civil defense. These volunteers are preparing food baskets to be delivered to homes hosting the bereaved families.
We have a lot of work to do. At the beginning, the 3 or 4 days, almost have no time to sleep. So a lot of work to do. So thanks for many volunteers coming here. So we just give them different jobs to do.
And now we have very strong connection with the City Council, Civil Defense, New Zealand Police and China Embassy and lots of community groups, especially the earthquake support group here. So we are able to provide a venue for them, for the Chinese, especially the Chinese family or relatives coming from China, to host them during the day, and lots of volunteers here to look after them. I think recently, and now we've heard that lots of people has lived in Christchurch, but I believe Christchurch is a lovely city. It still will be a garden city, so not very far in the near future, and people will come back and we will rebuild our city again. So I'm very confident and positive.
Meanwhile, in another part of Christchurch, the Korean community is also starting to pick up the pieces. Volunteers here are helping business owners to get things going again.
I estimate 150 to 200 people were running business in the city. So the Korean society can be a bridge, between them and also with, the governmental organization to get support.
Jin Sung-jung can certainly use some of that support. He and his wife Kyung-mi Lee own 2 Japanese restaurants located in Christchurch's central business district. One is the upscale restaurant called Sora, and the other a sushi and takeaway outlet, Sushia. 4 o'clock of any other day, this couple would be in the kitchen, getting the restaurants ready for the dinner crowd instead of walking about in Hagley Park.
We are in the crisis condition to be able to roast both of them. I'm not sure. To just throw some socials, we have heard about the news. So inside the collapse, inside the building, stairs collapsed.
Because the restaurants are in the cordoned-off area, it may take weeks for them to assess the damage, and perhaps months to begin operations again. Everything is in limbo for this family, except for one thing.
Yeah, I hope to stay here because Christchurch is my hometown now. The last year, I got the New Zealand citizenship at the ceremony in Christchurch. So my whole life in New Zealand is only in Christchurch. So I love Christchurch. I still want to live here.
But getting businesses up and running is not the only concern of the Korean society and its volunteers. Every day since the quake, volunteers have been rostered to clean up liquefaction from the streets in the morning and sorting food at this relief center in Aranui in the afternoon.
I think the first people that rang us really were Koreans, and how are we, what do we need? Do you have water? Do you have sewage? Is your sewer working? Do you have power?
At this critical time, language issues may have become daunting obstacles, but it's not the case here.
Love and care, and that's international language. And so really we're so thankful and grateful really for all their help and their assistance. And I know really it's going to be better, and we're better people and better community for it.
In a suburban garage in Linwood, the sound of chopping marks the beginning of a new day for Hare Krishnas and the Indian community.
It's an opportunity to show, it's kind of giving back something to the community, because as we know that this is New Zealand is our homeland now, and being an ethnic community, it's kind of a representation that we are with you and we are with you, New Zealand, and we are all together as one.
They were preparing food for about 500 to 1,000 people at a time, and sending food over to areas like New Brighton, Dallington, Aranui, Avonside. So we were helping them, funding them, and supplying them with all the ingredients wherever possible. And quite a lot of people pitched in. It was very good to see many people from different subgroups in the community coming over and lending a hand. And we had volunteers coming in for cutting vegetables, distribution centers, working at the distribution centers.
And while some take care of the large-scale food distributions, some quietly go off on small missions to help where they can. Papo, an intensive care unit doctor, delivers hot drinks and cakes to soldiers and police around Christchurch at night. His car is filled with yummy treats.
I always start between 10:30 to 11, and we complete by 1 a.m. Well, I think throughout Canterbury, people are lacking sleep. I'm not the only one. And it just, I think we have to get going, and there will be time to sleep later, and
Well, perhaps much, much later. Many migrant and refugee communities say the rebuilding of Christchurch will be a marathon, not a sprint. And many more selfless and committed people will be needed in the coming years to see this mission to the very end.